G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. And it's been like a couple of sleeps, I suppose, after the defeat to Newcastle. And the more I think about it, the more I'm pretty cool with it, actually. Lots of good signs there, I think. I think one of the main ones is that I don't think anyone with a straight head can now be saying that Ange has in any way lost the dressing room, or the players are buying into what he wants and what he does, because I think, I get it, they're all professional footballers, but I just think that sort of performance under those conditions is not impossible, but a lot more difficult when you haven't got the faith in the gaffer behind what you do on the pitch. So that's a big plus for me, an absolute big plus. There were rumours going around that he'd lost the dressing room. When I say rumours, mainly, other YouTube channels, I guess. And it's simply not true. It's 100% not the case. We know that now. Now, I saw David Ornstein, I think it was on either ESPN Sport or Sky Sport or something like that. Let's assume that he's a credible journalist for a second. He says that Ange is 100% safe, which again is brilliant news. There was no reason for his job to be in any jeopardy in the first place, given our situation with loads of injuries and illnesses and whatnots floating around. And especially again after that performance at Newcastle, I know there are some people out there with different opinions saying that Ange is the worst manager they've ever seen. I've seen worse. I've seen a worse, but I've been a Spurs fan longer than these Muppets anyway, so obviously I've seen more than them, and no success, and when we're onto a good thing, more than a lot of people, I'd say. Sorry, I know I'm wobbling the camera around a little bit today, but it's a very hot day out here today, very hot day, sun's shining brightly. And some people would rather have Ryan Mason. I think we've done that once or twice or three times, and I don't know if that's the ticket we really need. We need a ticket to the Ange Postecoglou Express, Destination Glory. That's what's happening. Now we've signed a new goalkeeper, Antonin Kinsky from Czechia, which is cool because I look in the podcast charts to see how my podcast is doing from time to time, and I see that from time to time I ride high in the fair countries of Norway and Czechia, Czech Republic. Forgive me if I'm getting that wrong. So I did a bit of extensive research on Google this morning on how to say hello in Czech, and according to Google, don't take my word for this, it's oi. So oi, Antonin Kinsky, welcome to Spurs. Depending on what you read, it looks like he's going to be competing with Vicario for the number 1 shirt, which I can't really see. I think that's a spurious rumour, but perhaps he is going to be the number 2. Who knows what Fraser Foster's feeling like at the moment with an illness. There does seem to come a point in goalkeepers, and I'm not saying this has happened to Fraser at the moment, where they know it's just not on. They're not as sharp as they want to be. In recent times, I've seen the likes of Ben Foster talk about this when he started the second season at Wrexham and just felt he couldn't do it. And Joe Hart at Celtic as well. So whether Fraser's got to that stage or not, I don't know. But he's done really well for us, I think. And we really needed him due to unforeseen circumstances. And as they say in America, he stepped up to the plate. But welcome Antonin Kinsky, who of course is not going to be available to play in any European competitions, thanks to Nigel Frogface Farage. So another win for Brexit on that one. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to the game against Liverpool. It looks like Liverpool had a tough old game against Manchester United last night. I haven't watched it yet, but 2-2. I mean, that could bode all sorts of things. Manchester United not been playing well. I'd say the most likely thing is that Liverpool just were a bit off it, but having a look at the lineups, they didn't rest anyone at all. So I'm thinking, are they going to have a league head on, or are they going to have a cup head on, or is it going to make any difference? Really, what I want out of this game on Thursday, the first leg, which is at home, a win ideal, a draw, but even to be one goal down, I think even that's not unsurmountable. I know Anfield is historically a very tricky place for Tottenham to play, but I think, given that we played so well against Newcastle when we were down on our uppers, I think by the time we play Liverpool in the second leg, we're going to have a few players back, hopefully a couple of signings, and I think we'll make a good fist of it. I think things are ticking along. If we can almost get results like that when we're really fatigued, really sick, I'm sure that's just going to build belief in the players' heads. Now, I'm also seeing a bit about Ange is adapting and Ange is changing. He's been doing that along. He does tweak. And I don't think people are really focusing on the matches. I think people have been focusing too much on this inverted fullback thing. And I've seen games through since he started Spurs where sometimes one will come into the middle, sometimes two will come into the middle, sometimes neither will come into the middle. I think what Ange is doing is just giving our players the toolkit so they decide the path of least resistance, and I think that's what's been happening. I didn't see any dramatic change in fullback positions in the last game. What I did see was a bit more long ball, which under the circumstances I don't mind. And we chose our times to press because we've got limited calories to lose at the moment, and I'm fine with that. And it still shows that we're a very effective team. Now, the transfer rumour seems to be at the moment that we might be signing Moine from Paris Saint-Germain. And from what I can see, opinions divided on that. I've got no opinion myself. Looks like he had a blinder when he was at Eintracht Frankfurt, but things aren't working out for him as PSG. I suppose on the negative side, we've tried this with Timo Werner and it hasn't really worked out. But on the positive side, Dominic Selin, who, although he was good at Bournemouth, it was really one good year at Bournemouth in the Premier League, quite untested. So it could go either way for me. I'm not really opposed to it. I'm not really jumping up with joy over it. But I'm sure if Ange is behind it, I've got faith in that. And we do need something up front, man. We do need something. There's all sorts of other rumours flying around about who we're interested in. That one seems to be the most credible at the moment because there's rumours that Levy and Langer have flown over to have tea and scones with the PSG president. I mean, it's making a move sooner rather than later, which I find quite interesting. So it looks like it would be the rumour that's around is it'd be on loan, which is cool. Quite expensive wages for Tottenham Hotspur. Options to buy and all that. Who knows what's going to happen? But hey, if it's on a loan and there's not a lot else out there at the moment, I think that's worth a punt, maybe worth a punt. So we'll see how that all works out. Any other news? I don't think so, man. Look, if you want to help this channel out, because in the sea of a lot of moaners, there's not many Spurs channels or football channels that are positive, that enjoy the spectacle of the sport, and don't pretend that they're experts, because I don't know bugger all about football. I just enjoy watching it. My idea is to entertain, put a smile on people's faces. Especially during football and watch-alongs, that's always fun to do. So if you want to click like and subscribe, that's cool. Memberships are available. If you want to support the channel, keep me driving around a bit less in the Uber, a bit more of this. That'd be fun, keeping the dream alive. Anyway, till next time, folks, which won't be far away, I'll just say peace and love, and come on you Spurs.